Hey y'all, welcome back to my channel. My name is Mo, and today I'll be reading my highest and lowest rated books on my physical TBR according to Goodreads. So I actually know what the books are, but for y'all, I'm going to show y'all my screen. Okay, let's go. Now we are looking at my physical TBR shelf on Goodreads, and I already have it sorted by the average rating. My highest rated book is The Love Songs of W.e.b. Du Bois by Honorée Fanonne Jeffers. It is at 4.52 stars. So if I reverse the list and I look at my lowest rated book, it is going to be The Last Story of Mina by Nancy Jooyoun Kim. The rating is 3.54 star. 3.54 stars. I have the audiobooks for both of these, so I definitely will be using that for this. This is a 30-hour audiobook, and then this one is 11 hours, so I'm going to start with this one first. Yeah, and this one probably I'm going to listen to in like 3 times speed so I can finish it in 10 hours, because 10 hours is still a long time. I'll tell you guys more about them whenever I read them, and that's really all I have to say. I'm about to start the book. I was gonna start reading it and then tell y'all what it was about, but I think I just want to tell y'all what it's about. Margot Lee's mother, Mina, isn't returning her calls. It's a mystery to 26-year-old Margot until she visits her childhood apartment in Koreatown, LA, and finds that her mother has suspiciously died. The discovery sends Margot digging through the past, unraveling the tenuous, invisible strings that held together her single mother's life as a Korean war orphan and undocumented immigrant, only to realize how little she truly knew about her mother. I've been reading for a little bit, and I'm basically like 10% into the book right now. There is time jump, so first it starts with what's her name? Margot. She's kind of like estranged from her mom. Is that how you say that? She hasn't seen her mom in like a year. A friend of hers is moving to LA, so I don't know where they live originally. I don't think I paid attention enough. They're going to LA, and she first stops in Koreatown to see her mom. So she's walking into her mom's apartment, and it's already unlocked, and her mom is dead. So she calls the police and everything, and there's that. So then we switch to Mina's point of view, the mom, in 1987 when she moved to LA. It's just really overwhelming to hear because, not overwhelming, but I'm sure she felt so overwhelmed. So basically, there was a war going on when she was like young, and she got separated from her parents when she was 4 years old. I don't know if it's gonna get more into the transition from that 4-year-old to coming to America. She was struggling really bad. It was sad to read about, and now she said something about leaving her husband and her daughter, which I'm a little confused. Okay, so it seems like she already had a husband and a daughter that passed away before she came to America, and then it said something like she's unexpectedly fallen in love. Right now she's getting put up in an apartment and she's trying to find work. Said her landlady took her to the grocery store and everything was in Korean, so she felt like comfortable, which I love that for her. She gets rung out by this guy, and he kind of like puts her at ease because she doesn't know American currency, so he's just like kind of giving her a little look, a little smile, and she's like like okay, and then she sees like this help wanted ad for the grocery store, so she's gonna work with him and they're gonna fall in love, and that's gonna be Margot's dad. I just know. And now it's going back to Margot, which yeah, I don't know why I did not expect this to be a thriller book. But also, so Margot, she doesn't try to, I don't want to be offensive and talk about something that I don't understand, because I didn't grow up in a bilingual household. She gets frustrated with her mom because her mom doesn't know English, and she wants to be really American. Like, she wants to assimilate and do everything American. She doesn't like the way she looks. She doesn't like her background. She doesn't like her house. She doesn't like really anything about her life. She wants everything to burn down. And I don't know if that's why her and her mom haven't talked for a year, but it's a little hard for me to read. She just doesn't like standing out and being different. I can't take that from her. I can't say anything really about that. Yeah, it seems like her mom's doing her best. And this is like not like a fun, you know, upbeat book. It's suspenseful, it's painful. I mean, there might be things that are full of joy. So far, I can say that I'm enjoying it a little bit. I just can't wait to figure out, like, what is she gonna do? What is Margot gonna do? Hello, people. Let's bring it a little close. I don't know if you could tell or not, but I am slightly under the weather. And I haven't been reading for like the last day or two. I am on 30%. Also, I'm not gonna talk to y'all all day because I don't like hearing myself talk like this, so I don't know if y'all do. But this is 30%, and I'm just a little bored right now. I feel so bad because it's feeling like a 2.5, 3 o'clock. Please. 2.5, 3, because there's like a lot going on, but there's also nothing going on. Like, not a lot, but like I'm getting a lot of information about her mom's past, but like I still don't know what happened to her. I don't know who she knows. Like, we're getting to the meat of it. This is like a slight spoiler. If you care about the book at all, like let me know. If you don't, well, don't let me know because it'll already be posted. But her mom had a little boo thing that was married, and then he died 2 months before she died. So I'm like, what is she into? But it's taking a while to get there, and I don't have the best patience. I'm not that disciplined in that, you know, regard. So I'm ready to speed things up. I'm already listening to it on 3 times speed. So what more do you want from me? So I did finish the book, and I'm really conflicted because I felt like I was given a lot, and then I also feel like I was giving, like, nothing was given to me. I worked myself up about how her mom died. I was just like left kind of dissatisfied, and I think I'm going to, here in a second, like look at some reviews and watch some people like on YouTube to like maybe solidify how I feel, because I don't really know. Like, I kind of just don't even want to rate this book because there's just so much about like the experiences of women and just like immigrants, a lot of different things. I don't know, I just felt like personal. Like, I don't feel like talking bad about it, but also I wasn't completely like, the writing style was pretty good. Nancy Jooyoun Kim, she had a lot of detail. Like, there was just so much words on a page. I'll probably come back in a second and see if I can like nail down like a rating or tell you guys more about what I think in a way that's like not spoiling it. I have deliberated a little bit, and I've landed on 3.5 stars because I did enjoy how we went from 1987 to 2014 back and forth, and we got a little bit more about her mom, Mina, because Margot didn't know so much about her mom, so it was just like nice to see how some people see only their parents as like only being their parents. They don't think about what they really went through before they were a part of their lives. Everything that she was going through, she was just like, I don't even think I even really knew my mom. And there's all these regrets because her mom actually is dead. And yeah, so I will say I did like the way that was written, and also how the author, put some of her own experiences. It wasn't completely autobiographical. It wasn't an autobiography, but she did say in like an interview or a video somewhere, or she wrote it, I can't remember. I'm sorry, this is making so much noise. She did say that she doesn't speak that much English, and her mom, she doesn't speak that much Korean, but her mom doesn't speak that much English. So it's not like that was a carbon copy of her relationship with her mother, but she wanted to explain some of the complexities and intricacies of that kind of mother-daughter relationship, or just, relationship with a parent with a language barrier. I appreciated this for what it was, and that's really all I had to say about the book. I think it's kind of interesting that I got 3.5, and that's like the average rating as well. It wasn't intentional, but yeah. So imagine that you are reading a book, and it's been maybe an hour audiobook, and you're having a good time, and you're like, oh, let me just see how much progress I made in the book, and then it's only 3% because the book is huge. So I'm gonna try to tell y'all a little bit about what's going on in the book. It seems like these are all little snippets and stories about people. They're all connected right now. It's like a lineage situation. It's different periods of time, which I can't speak on too much because like I'm only 3% in. So like I'll definitely read some more tomorrow. I think tonight I don't even want to look at this anymore because it's about to be October, and I'm posting my October TBR tomorrow, and I have plenty of books I need to be reading. Like, I need to get the ball rolling. I don't have any time to be playing games with books like that. The last time I spoke to y'all was sometime yesterday, and I don't know what I told y'all about the book because I feel like I didn't really understand what I was reading, and I was just talking out the side of my neck. I'll be honest with y'all, I'm only 10%. I don't know that this is the right time to read this book. Like, I'm going to read the book because I want to do this video really badly, and like, I'm gonna raise no punk. Like, I'm up for the challenge. I've never not done a challenge that I've set for myself on the channel so far. I've only done like two. The thrillers, and then the 24-hour readathon. I feel like those were challenging for me. This is following one singular family. It starts with this black man, and he gets kind of like introduced into this native culture. It is the Creek tribe. It didn't start out like that with a civilized thing. The guy got kind of like introduced into the family, and then he married this lady, and they are both very important people in their tribe, and then they've had kids, and it's just simmering down. Then you get like the white people that come in, and there's just, when I say that I don't know about reading this book, is because there's just like so much. And I've watched a couple of reviews, and I know that there's someone by the name of Samuel that people say that there is R word on page, and I will not be reading that. I don't care if that means I didn't read the full book. I don't care. I was like debating with myself, well, you have to read it because that you have to finish the book, like it's a part of the book, like this is important, but I don't want to. I don't want to. I'm not reading that. I don't like people. I don't want to read that at all. But yeah, there's just a lot of talk about like colorism too, and just like white passing things. This is like it started out before slavery was legal, so we're getting all of that. This is a book that you need to kind of spend time with. That was my initial intentions, was to read this here and there, come back and forth to it between a lot of books. This was not going to be something I was going to read in like a couple of days. Are y'all going to be mad at me if I just get another book? No. Okay. I'm gonna read it. Wish me luck. Like, why every time do you read a book that's set in school and someone doesn't have any friends or they're being bullied or something, they eat lunch in the bathroom? Like, you know, there's a music teacher or an English teacher somewhere that's letting these kids eat in their room during lunch hour. Come on. Like, you can't tell me you're eating in the bathroom. Literally, fecal matter in the air while you're eating a sandwich, a ham sandwich. Let's be for real. We could at least eat in the hallway. Like, I'm sure there's a hallway where you can sit on the floor. I would eat on the steps of the school. I would eat, you know, I just could never be me. I think I'm like 20% now, but you really see how not talking about sex to young people really allows them to create harmful ideas about themselves, about sex, about a lot of things, relationships, attraction, just making themselves feel filthy or like wrong or broken because no one's having conversations. Hey yo, so I am a little bit more than halfway done with the book. I've been really putting in work with this book. I'm gonna try to read for a long time. I kind of want to take a break and just watch some YouTube videos because there's some dark stuff going on in this book. Like, there's good things too. So every person that featured in it, it does tell their love story and like the relationships that they get into, the hardships and the joys, and just everything that they go through with people. There is like some talks about like Greek life. One of the characters, Lydia, is the main character is Ailey. That's her big sister, and this is just her story now. Also, I just want to say I love Uncle Root so bad. Like, he's actually my favorite out of everybody. He's just so smart and lovely. He has great conversation with Ailey. He's just so sweet, especially in a world where like a lot of men ain't shit. And she has a good father, a good grandpa. Like, I think that's her grandpa. No, he's her great uncle. It's amazing. Yeah, I felt so bad because Ailey, she started dating this guy and like they were really kicking it real good. Like, she loved him. He was an eater. We love that for her. First eater. But I am so unserious. But she couldn't be with him because his dad looked like her grandpa that her when she was a kid, and also her sister. She literally was like, yeah, like, what am I gonna do whenever I have kids with you? Well, she didn't say this to the guy. She just broke it off, and he was like, oh, you're breaking my heart. Like, why would you do this? Oh, and I felt so bad because like they were perfect for each other. I feel like they loved each other so much. But she was just like, what am I gonna do whenever I can't go to family like dinners with him, and like when I have my grandkids, I have to yell at him and say like, don't touch my kids. She's got a lot of trauma. And that guy looked just like her grandpa, she said. And like the dad was like always going on about how cool she was. Like he loved her a lot, like as a like prospective daughter-in-law. And she was like, I don't know. Like, I know he's a decent person, but he's giving me weird vibes because he looks like my grandpa. So no. And the grandpa's dead, child. Love to see it. I think they should be tortured personally, but I'm just happy when they're dead, you know? The world is a better place when sickos are in the ground. And what else? I feel like I had something else I wanted to say. Oh, I love Ailey because like she really, ever since she was a kid, like she really tells it how it is. Like if she don't fuck with you, you're gonna know. You're gonna know. She's gonna read you for filth. And I love that in a book like this. Like where there's so much sad shit and dark shit. Like I just love when there's something, you know, something to hold on to that's not so dark. I really have one more day until September, and I want to finish this today so I can read one more book to like close off September because I don't know. These aren't the vibes that I want to go into October with. Again, I don't feel like this was the right time to read this book, but I'm gonna do it. And this is not the kind of book that I would ever want to force myself to read, but I'm doing it. And like I kind of hate myself, but this is like a good book. I feel weird saying it's a good book. It's incredible writing. Hey y'all, I have finished this book. I finished it last night, like 9. I am happy that this is over, but I do have some like thoughts I was writing down as I was reading the book. These are not organized thoughts. If you want to know what I think, like continue watching, but you could skip to the end if you want to. I did end up giving the book 5 stars. It was either going to be 5 stars or no rating at all because although it was fiction, obviously things that happened in this book happened in real life, so it felt like a nonfiction book. It was very dark, but also like poignant and heartwarming and touching at the same time. And it's really hard to explain these 2 books because these are books that like, these were honestly the 2 least likely books that I was going to get to this whole year. So I was like actually kind of shook that they were the ones to be chosen for this. Unfortunately for this one, I probably would not reread this because I just wanted it to be a certain ending and I didn't get that. My problem was I was so focused on how her mom died. I wasn't so much focused as to what her mom's life story was, Mina. And I think it was mostly just about like how people are just not one-dimensional, even if they're your parents and they have like lives before you, they have lives with you. Whenever you're out of the house, they continue to live, and you're not like the sole purpose of everything going on in a parent's life. I like reading stuff like that. I don't care to be a parent, but it's just interesting to me to read about. I won't talk more about that. That was 3.5 stars. This one, I would reread this, but it had to be like, I need to be like 35 and up to read this. I don't know. I need some time before I reread this. Okay, so here are my thoughts about this one. So I wrote that I love seeing how the women in her family continued on with their education, no matter what obstacles they had in their way, and they also all have a smart mouth. Like, one thing about this family, they're gonna let you have it. Like, they tell you what it is, how it is. They don't give a fuck who you are. And I got everything I needed to out of that. And then I actually cried. I wrote cried when someone in the story passed away. Someone that we were getting to know in the book passed away. I will not say names in case you want to read the book, but we followed along with this character, and I was really invested in the character, and I did not expect for things to happen the way they happened. I'm a little hurt. I feel like honorée, she was dangling this person around, and I got played. I next said that this book does a good job of talking about family dynamics and the different roles that siblings play in a family. And then I have some quotes that I screenshotted, and I won't comment on them. I just screenshotted them because either they I was like, wow, or like they hit, and yeah. So in the last story, immediately I screenshotted a quote, or I took a picture of my book. So there was someone in Mina's past, that her daughter didn't know anything about, Margot, and she's reminded of this person. She sees something that reminds her, and then she says this: she could almost cry. She didn't want to think about her anymore, but if she stopped thinking about her, would that be a betrayal? How could she manage to love and honor people without those feelings tearing her apart? How could she continue to hold on to them without it destroying every bit of her, shredding every possibility and hope she might dare to have? That was huge to me. Here it goes. Okay, so there was a story, a lady was getting abused in the story, and she was talking, like, not on page, but she was recounting? She was talking about her experience, and I just need to get a thesaurus or a dictionary at this point. If you're going to be trying to use these words, you need to know what they mean. Okay, so she wondered how many women had been trapped in terrible marriages, terrible jobs, unbearable circumstances, simply because the world hadn't been designed to allow them to thrive on their own. Their decisions would always be scrutinized by the levels at which they were able to sacrifice themselves, their bodies, their pleasures, and desires. A woman who imagined her own way out would always be ostracized by her own strength, until one day they found each other by some kind of magic or miracle or grace. Here now, they were safe. Yeah, like, I don't care what I say about this, but those two quotes ate. Oh, I have another quote? Shut up, okay? Maybe I like this more than I thought. Maybe it's a 3.75. So this lady ended up getting a gun in her possession. So she said, now in her hands, the gleaming brown leather appeared made for a man, belt-hooped, redolent of cowboys the West. Although still strange and foreign to her touch, the gun animated her with thoughts of revenge. She could be anyone she wanted to be with this gun. She could be young and powerful again. In this country, it was easier to harm someone else than to stay alive. It was easier to take a life than to have one. Was she finally an American? Need I say more? Do I need to comment on that? And then I took like 2 pictures of W.e.b. Du Bois's book, which there are plenty of quotes I could have taken, but some of them didn't call to me. I don't know what to say. I wasn't like trying to find things to highlight, or I don't annotate books, so eventually I might, but I have so much to say all the time. It just takes too much time to do all that shit. I'll be so honest with y'all, but then I forget important things and then I regret it, so it's a double-edged sword. Okay, so in this book, one of the characters is going to therapy, and she's talking about her past trauma and how she can't really tell her mama about it. So she says, how to explain what it was like to be black to this white woman who wasn't even Southern, that a black child didn't have a right to hate their black mama. Hatred was not allowed against your parents no matter what had happened. You had to forgive your parents for whatever they had done, even if they never apologized, because everybody had to stay together. So much had been lost already to black folks. Kudos to Honorée Fanonne Jeffers, man. Kudos. My last quote, let's see if I can find it. I took a picture. Oh, this is not even like a quote that's important. Scooter placed his hand on the edge of the car door. He told me he was sorry about my father. His face was open, so full of emotion, like Denzel Washington's in the whipping scene in Glory when that single tear had traveled down his cheek. It was the drop of water that has soaked every pair of black women's panties in the United States of America. I've never seen that movie. I don't think I want to, because he getting whipped, he said. But one of my favorite movies of all time is Beauty Shop with Queen Latifah, and she was in Clueless. Alicia Silverstone? There were plenty of other people in there too that are like important actors and actresses, but it was Alicia's role. What was her name in the movie? She was this country bumpkin white girl, and in this one scene, Alicia was talking like she works in a beauty shop, and like the black women were like, "Girl, white girl, what you don't know shit about? You don't know shit, okay? You don't know about the culture. Sit your ass down, right?" So Alicia's like, "Damn, I wish I could find the scene," but she was like, and then that one lone tear traveled down Denzel Washington's face. Because they were talking about men crying after having sex. And all the black women were like, and that's what that made me think of, because I've never seen the scene. And yeah, I'm like, damn, maybe I did need to watch the movie. Like, it had people's panties soaked when he was getting whipped and cried. What kind of sadistic shit is this? But yeah, hoochies. That's the end of the video. I'm sorry. Hoochies was not derogatory. It was literally a term of endearment. I hope y'all understand that about me. If I ever call y'all bitches and hoes, let me stop. But I'm really glad that I got to read these books. I don't know when I was going to get to them. It was not going to be in 2023. I can tell you that much. So happy about that. Thank you so much for watching. I hope that you enjoyed. I want y'all to leave a comment down below, but I don't know what I want y'all to comment. So just talk to me in the comments. You know what I mean? Tell me how your day was. What's your favorite thing about today? Did you do any of your hobbies? Have you been making time for your hobbies? What's your newest hyperfixation? For food, mine is those like salad kits, which I used to be obsessed with salad when I was a kid. But salad kits, I like the bacon and Caesar ones specifically. The Caesar salad dressing in that, they need to give you like a whole tub. I could drink my weight in that Caesar salad. This is so chaotic. Thank you so much for watching. Goodbye. Thank you guys so much for watching. I'll see y'all in the next one. I don't know if you could tell or not, but I am slightly under the weather, and I haven't been reading for like the last day or two. It's crazy. I have things to address. Last night, yesterday I started my period. TMI, don't give a fuck. Started my period yesterday. Then I hung out with my friend, and she was feeling a little under the weather. And then like I wake up sounding like this, and I'm not impressed, not cool. Jocelyn, if you're watching this, just know you're rude. I doubt she's watching this because she subscribed to support me, but she doesn't read, so she doesn't really have a reason to watch my videos unless she just wants to see my cute little face and hear my cute little voice. But she can do that any day. So, but yeah, little bitch got me sick yesterday. Thanks. I don't even know how to do that smoothly anymore. Yeah, and then I started my period yesterday, so I'm having a great time right now. So all I want to do is be in the bed and read this damn book. If I don't get this book done today, I just don't even want to do this video anymore. And I'm so for real, because this is supposed to be my easy read. This was supposed to be the one that was like gonna take me no fucking time. Oh, last night also I popped me a Tylenol PM because the cramps were going crazy, and I knocked out. But didn't even charge my phone. I don't even remember going to sleep. I blacked out. I was watching YouTube and then I wasn't. So yeah, get into it. And then I woke up at 7 this morning, which is like, usually I wake up at 8 or 9 because I don't have to be up early, but 7 is crazy. I fuck with the vision. I fuck with myself for that. But anyway, let's get into the book, y'all. That's what oh wait, no, another thing I have to address. I am wearing my Beyonce Renaissance shirt that I bought off of Amazon because I did not get tickets to see Beyonce. And a couple days ago, by the time you're watching this, it's going to be probably a week or a week and a half. Don't even know. Don't feel like editing this. Shut up. Sorry, I'm in a bad mood. Let's scrap that. I don't want to be like telling y'all to shut up, but it's like my favorite thing to say right now. And I hate that for me because it's not nice. But I bought the shirt a while ago and I don't wear it a lot because I want it to be like, okay, shut up. Oh, I said shut up again. No shuts ups. No shuts ups. So I'm wearing this shirt because I am not impressed with myself because Megan Thee Stallion and Beyonce were in Houston, which is 8 hours for me on the road in the car. And if I speed, maybe 6 hours instead of 8. Anyways, I couldn't even scrape my little monies together and go see them. And for me to be like, I've been calling Megan Thee Stallion my wife since like, I want to say 2020, 2019. And for me to claim that and for us to be in a committed, stable relationship and for me to not go see her is quite literally the worst thing I could have done in the month of September. So I'm wearing my shirt and it's black. I'm in mourning because yeah. And this was Beyonce. She showed she showed. I'm scared. This is Beyonce's last tour. And if you don't care about Beyonce, I'm sorry if you're listening to this right now, but like I just need to rant to somebody. Does anyone out there care? Please. And like I'm not like a Beyonce stan. I do love a lot of her music and I f with her a lot, but like as an entertainer and like vocally, she is amazing to me. Like I think she's so great. I don't know every single last song on her discography, but I know a big amount. And to see her live, I probably would have cried. And like I've been to concerts before, but like I've never seen Beyonce. And if this is her last tour, I will hate myself. And I don't care if that's dramatic or not. I need one more tour out of her. I've decided. Once I figure some stuff out, I've got things I need to save up for, like trips coming up, traveling, and I want to get a new car, and all kinds of stuff. I want to eventually move out. After that, after all that, I would like to set up a whole separate savings account just for concert tickets and festivals and shit like that, because the way that people just jump out and throw tour dates out like 3 months in advance is crazy. Like, who do y'all think has the money? Because you have to, if you don't even live in the city, you have to get accommodations, you have to get gas or flight, whatever, transportation. It's just like, okay, we get it. You're charging all these people. You got the money, but whatever. I just had to get that out of my way. I've already been talking for a while, so let me talk about the book real quick. Hey, y'all. I'm just peeping in just to say something real quick. Nothing serious. Don't worry. I love when booktubers do like that thing. Well, not just booktubers do this, but like when YouTubers in general do this thing where they're like, hey, if you don't have anything to say, leave an emoji. And I always am like excited to leave the emoji because I'm someone that like, I always say I don't have a lot to say, but I literally talk too much. Like I do have a lot to say, actually. I'm very chatty Cathy. Sometimes I just don't know what to comment on a video because like I could think the video is amazing, but like, I don't have any commentary. Like I feel like I'm not adding anything to the conversation. Like I don't want to be like, oh, great video. Oh, you look good. Like sometimes it's very nice to hear that, of course, I understand. But like every video, like I'm not trying to be dick eating, you know? If you got this far in the video, I would like y'all to leave this emoji that's like ramen soup, or in this emoji with the sweet potato pie. In the last story of Mina, they always talk about tteokbokki and other Korean dishes, but I don't know those other dishes. I've had tteokbokki before, but it was years ago and it was so good. But I love ramen, so I want y'all to put that one. And then in love songs, sweet potato pie is mentioned like 2 or 3 times in this book, and that is my all-time favorite dessert. If you ever want to know the way to my heart, present me a really good sweet potato pie, not pumpkin, baby. Sweet potato pie, please, over here. If you got this far, leave those emojis, please, and thank you. And then also I have like a random thought, and I just wanted to tell y'all because why not? I have heard that some people do not have like inner monologues, like inner voices, and I thought everybody did. Whenever I talk to myself, it sounds like me, so I'm like, oh, there's a little me inside my head. Like I'm talking to myself, like I have back and forths often. Like there's always something going on in this brain. For the people that don't, and that also read, like what do y'all hear? Is it your voice? Is it like a detached voice from you? Like, and what's stopping you if you do hear a voice from hearing a voice when you're not reading? What am I even saying right now? I don't know, but I look so cute. Like, you know when you're sick and you just feel like right now I feel kind of like I'm serving right now. It's just interesting. I don't know how to elaborate on that. Like, I be trying to sound so articulate in these videos, but like I literally don't know what the fuck I'm talking about, and it's so funny to me. I laugh at myself so hard when I'm editing. I hope y'all know that. Like, don't take anything I say seriously. Unless it's like something about morality, I'm pretty stuck on that, for real. But if I'm just talking about like an opinion, I change my mind so often, it's not even funny. So don't try to keep up with me. Don't try to, you know, pin me down with an idea or opinion.